I was in shock. Not because I never been to jail or anything like that, because I haven't. It was more so because the edible was just kicking in. All right, so it was 2025, summer. This year was super important to me because it was my Jesus year, and everyone older than me kept saying, bro, you gotta do some real shit. You gotta go out, live life, have fun. I'm talking eat, play, love, sex in the city, live life. And all of my friends that were telling me this had kids, they were buying houses, getting fat, and I kind of wanted that. I wanted to be with someone all happy. I'm like, I don't have to work out. He's not going nowhere. Because as I kept thinking about it, I'm gonna get older and I'm not gonna have any cool memories before this angry ass nurse pushes me into my retirement home bed. So I said I need to go out of the country, really experience that abroad living, something cool. But I didn't have my passport. So I went to go talk to my friends and try to figure out how to get it. It took forever. I kept going to my mailbox like, it's gonna come today. And then when it finally came, where do I go? I didn't know. So I talked to two of my friends about it, and we finally decided to go to Spain. It was this place called Benalmádena that was close to Barcelona, right off the coast of Malaga. It was like mad sexy, cute, tropical, and I really wanted to go. But then as I started thinking about it, I don't want to go with them, because if it's like a sexy location, I might want to be with someone who's seen me naked or make out on the beach. Can't do that with your mom. Especially at 33, so I will hope not. So I reached out to all of my eligible suitors. No. I reached out to my situationship that I had for about 3 years, and I said, hey, do you want to go out of the country? And he was like, yeah, let's go. I was surprised because we always kind of did our own thing but kept it light. However, this was going to be a soft launch. We were getting closer. It was about to be cold, and I needed everyone to know he's taken. He's taken now. And so I brought it up, and after we decided to go what date we were going to go on this trip, I started working out. I started studying about Spanish culture. I even tried on a Speedo. I did not want a Speedo, but when in Rome, let that thing hang. And so, as it's getting closer to the trip, I'm actually getting more and more excited. I'm buying all those weird European chargers. I'm getting cool manicures. I'm thinking about how I'm gonna look on the beach because he's into fashion and dressing nice, and sometimes I'm super raggedy. So I was just like, I'm gonna have that shit on. When we go out there, we're just gonna have fun. I called my mom and I say, I'm going to Spain, so I need you to house sit for about 5 days. I'm telling my manager, it's gonna suck to be you and be in Spain. I'm telling all my friends who can't keep a man, maybe one day he'll take you. However, when the day gets a little closer, it's the big day. I couldn't sleep. I packed my bags, I crossed my T's, dotted my I's, and made sure I had every single thing I could need. I was communicating with him. We're like vibing mad hard. I'm talking about back 2016, talking on the phone, mad long. And he's just like, yo, Howl, I'm really excited. And so I'm trying to act like I don't really care, but I'm hype. The day of the trip, I get to Dulles at probably 12 p.m. The flight was at 5:50. The tickets were non-refundable. And so I'm just sitting at this airport, walking around, making small talk. I went through TSA so fast. I was just like, what is everyone talking about? It's a fun place to be. I get out on the other side, and I'm just waiting. I'm talking to him, pretending I'm doing other stuff, but I'm sitting in the lobby. And he stops talking for a second. So there's that one thought, what if he ran away? But that's just my paranoia. So as I'm sitting there, I decide to get a drink. I buy a drink from the little kiosk lady, and she's like, okay, we're gonna send it to the plane. It's my first time going international. I didn't know they did this. I needed my liquor now. And so as we're sitting there, he finally hits me up and say, hey, I'm on the way. I'll be there in a little bit. Don't wait up. I was like, wait, we're on a plane. What do you mean? And so I turn around and I see him, and he's smiling from ear to ear. He looks really nice. I mean, he's always handsome. He was like extra fine that day. And I was like, damn, we really about to have some eat, play, love moment where you just be on the plane looking good. And I had to get edible because I don't like to fly. So when I seen him, the edible didn't kick in yet, but we were chopping it up, and he's telling me all the things he has planned. I planned everything. This trip was supposed to be my soft launch of our relationship. It was supposed to be me being a real adult. It was supposed to be me being like, hey, let's do this. You know, you want to be on and off with someone for a long time, and then you start seeing great chest hairs, and you're like, maybe I should settle down. Because the thing was, everyone I knew was getting into relationships, and I was never a follower, so I kind of waited. But as I thought about it, this person had been around me, but I wasn't sure just because you never know. So I prayed. I'm like, hey, Jesus, I know I'll be asking you for a lot of stuff, but if you do have time for a dime, I would like me and Martin to get a little bit more serious, not jump in the broom, but for him to know, hey, you live here now. And Jesus, I feel like he looked down at me and said, okay, I got something for you. And so as we're sitting in the lobby, chopping it up, the plane is about to get there now in 10 minutes. I'm excited. My hands are sweating. I can't even think straight. I'm like, bro, when he sees me in this Speedo, he could be like, damn. However, before the plane gets there, airport security comes up to me and they're like, hey, can I see your passport? I didn't care. I took so long to get this passport. I was popping that thing out to anybody that needed to see it. Here's my passport. Read it closely. And then he said, yeah, can you come over here for a second? I know police are helping out in places they shouldn't be right now, but the plane leaves in 10 minutes, so can we hurry this up? And so I politely go with him. Mind you, I'm dressed nice. I have a manicure and an ascot on. And it's two cops. One is like tall and cool. The other one's like short and angry. So I'm just like, let's just play to my strengths. So I immediately talked to the taller one. I said, hey, bro, I don't know what this guy's problem is, but I need my passport back. The plane is about to come. He said, well, you're gonna have to come with us because we need to talk to you about something. Apparently, I fit the description of someone who had an issue with the police, and so rather than them figuring out who did it, it was mistaken identity, and they took me through the airport in handcuffs. Listen, I was in shock, not because I'd never been to jail or anything like that, because I haven't. It was more so because the edible was just kicking in. And I'm being arrested in slow motion. And the thing is, I'm panicking, so I call my partner, Martin, and I'm like, hey, I know you just went to go get some chicken tenders, but can you hold up? And he was like, wait, do you want some? I was like, I'm going to jail. And he was like, are you joking? I was like, I wish I was. Can you just get over here? And so he comes over there, and it's the first time I've seen him worried. Like, he's panicking. I'm a little worried and high. So I'm trying to tell him, hey, what is happening right now? And so we're talking. They're not giving us any information at that point. And so I cooperate, and I go with them. I'm humiliated. This was my Sex in the City moment. This was my soft launch. I'm watching everyone board the plane. My partner's super worried. And I'm thinking to myself, all that preparation, all of that planning, all of that money is going down the drain. I'm worried about where I'm going, because then everything starts to come into place. Politics, immigration, civil rights. And I'm like, I have no information. I'm helpless at this point. I don't know what to do. They're asking about my citizenship. We're at an international airport. they might send me to Malaga or Cameroon, wherever he thinks I look like I should go. So as I'm getting back there, it's setting in, and I remember my granddad, because he passed away, and he was really practical, and I could hear his voice as clear as day going, hey, don't be that gay when they put you in the cell. Just be a little gay and do some push-ups. So soon as they put me there, I just started shadow boxing and doing push-ups. However, before I even made that embarrassing trip through the airport, I told my partner, I said, hey, I know we always kept it light, and it's always been an on and off thing, but if you must, and this is the big spoon energy in me, I'm like, if you must, go on without me. Have fun on the beach. Let all those foreign guys see you in your underwear, alone. It's okay. But the little spoon in me was like, babe, can you please stay? And so they let me out a couple hours later, and they're just like, my bad. And it was a long Uber ride back to the airport. It was a long wait to get my luggage back. It was a long call with my mom, who was panicking. She was supposed to be relaxing herself. I'm from Charlotte, and she was supposed to come up, have my whole apartment to herself, kick her feet up, but she could not. So in that situation, when I got out of the cell and I'm waiting for my bags, I come around the corner and Martin's sitting on a step. I'm sorry. In that moment, he didn't leave. And I think for me, it was the first time I had someone outside of my family, or my granddad, who loved me enough to wait, loved me enough to stay. And I tried to play it cool because I'm an OG, triple OG. And I said, hey, why didn't you leave? And he was like, How? I would never leave you, I love you. And I was about to cry, but then I sneezed and said, phew. And so, in that time, he says, I talked to all of your brothers. I said, all of my brothers? He said, yes, I needed to call everyone to see what was going on. Now, I have 5 brothers. Think Goldilocks and the 3 Bears, but dangerous. They're all, ooh. And so my oldest brother, he calls me and say, bro, I don't really get into your love life, but that Martin's a stand-up guy. And my mom was just like, make it official. And then my best friends are like, I talked to him, and I know you went to jail and stuff, but I thought I was talking to your husband. And I was like, really? What did he say? He said, I can't leave my partner, like Liam Neeson and stuff from Taken. And so when I found this out, I was crying, but I was crying to my friend, and I was like, that's right. So after that situation happened, I kept apologizing for ruining his trip, and he says, no need to apologize. You're safe. You're with me. We could always plan another trip. And plus, I talked to all of your brothers and your mom. They approved, so now we're stuck together. And that was my story.